Well, we get you ready for Clemson. Brian Higgins, Moe Neal. We got to talk to this guy because he got 100 yards for the first time in his career last week. That is the number for running backs, Moe. What did that feel like?
Felt great, getting my first 100-yard game, man. It was unbelievable. I got to give all credit to the O-line. Those guys blocked real well all game, opened up some holes, and I was able to make plays.
I'll get back to those big boys in front of you in a second, but when did you realize? On the carry you got 100 or after the game? When did you notice?
I noticed when I came to the sideline, and the guys told me. Dante actually was the first one who told me, like, man, you hit 100. Good job. He's like, I got next series. I'm trying to get it too. So, yeah, that's when I noticed, and I was just a sigh of relief, like this. I finally got it. So, I was very excited.
So big game for you, and you mentioned it. It wasn't just you. I mean, the team ran for about 350, so that's a lot of offensive line stuff. How good has that group been for you guys this year?
They've been very good. We knew that coming in that it was going to be very good. They had a good fall camp, and those guys been getting after people all year long, and they just this has been good for us, man. The passing game, protecting Dungy, opened up holes for us, and like you said, we've been running the ball real well here lately.
You're here 3 years now. You're a junior. You've been behind a lot of these same guys on the O-line. How much does that help? Just the familiarity that they have with each other, that you have with them, and vice versa.
It helps a lot. Those guys, like you say, they've been here for years now. The veteran group, so those guys, they're great together, man. And it's just great to have people, that you're familiar with. And you know what they're gonna do every play.
All right, let's just take a look at you for a second. You're a lot bigger than when we talked to you last year or 2 years ago. You put a lot of work in that weight room. How much have you noticed that paying off in your running this year?
I noticed it a lot, just running in between the tackles more, just being able to bounce off, tackles that I wouldn't probably break in my freshman and sophomore year. So, it's definitely been, a good bonus for me to put on a few pounds and, just being able to make guys miss.
I think it was the opener against Western Michigan. Moe had, 28 carries, something like that. And you've put up some bigger numbers. With the work you've done in the weight room, how much better can you handle a load like that now?
A lot better. Like you said, I had 28 carries. It was I didn't know I had that. It didn't feel like that many carries to me. But, I had a ton of carries that game. And, just putting in the extra work, Coach E and those guys, getting me, ready. And just me putting in the necessary, extra time and, just trying to get my body healthy to take on those type of games.
Yeah, that's how you know the weights are working, when you don't realize you've been out there that long.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Clemson this week. Let's go back to last year. What was that like? What memory do you have from that big win and that big day?
It was just very exciting, man. My memory was the first drive of the game. I started the game off. We had a play in for me that, it kind of didn't work the first time. And, I stayed in, because Dungy had to scramble, and I stayed in, up tempo, so they didn't sub me out then. My first couple of carries, I had I got a first down, and, I just got real, intensity, my energy level was up, and I just kind of felt like that was a spark that that gave the team that first drive. It was crazy, and then the guys took it on after that, man. And it was a great memory. Just beating a team like that. That don't come every day. Especially beating a high caliber team like that, man. And especially doing it in the dome in front of these fans and the students. It was unbelievable.
Last two for you. You've been in the atmosphere down there. Speaking of atmospheres, what's that one like to play in?
It's crazy. I remember that too. My freshman year, going out there, I was out there doing the first drive of that game too. My freshman year, and coach put me in, and the ground was shaking. It was definitely crazy, man. Those fans are definitely into it. It's a hostile environment, so guys, we got to come ready to play.
And the ground shakes sometimes too when their D-line runs around, because that's four NFL guys. It's the same four from last year, pretty much. What's it like trying to run around and through guys like that?
It's tough, man. Like you said, those guys are first-round draft picks, man. They can do it all. They can run around you, they run through you. They move lateral good. Those guys are giants down there, man. You got to give a lot of respect to those guys. But like you said, it's the same group from last year. Our O-line is coming back better, and I just can't wait.
All right, Mo, enjoy it this weekend.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Moe Neal. Hopefully we see him running through those guys this Saturday in Death Valley.